It is a beautiful Thursday in Santa Rosa, California, and we are back at it again with our new and renewed podcast with Maui Love. It is now known as Baywave Radio and Podcast. So
yeah, my name is Naveah Travis, and I go by Naveah Travis because I just want to promote authenticity. And you can find, I've just released 5 songs in the last year. And you can find them on all streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music. I think they're on Pandora too.
They're on all platforms.
Yeah, and then I also released a small EP called The Struggle, which is packed with 4 songs from way long ago that I made with my brother. So
that's very special. And he is in some of the songs as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've been listening to those, and it's a very heartfelt album. Definitely a very strong first EP. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
I remember when I first met you, and I was like, where do I find your music?
I know, I was like, I don't have any.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited that it's dropping, and I know that there's a lot more to come. Thank you for being part of the wave. Thank you for being part of the movement.
Of course.
And that's, the whole concept with it, it's been about a year and a little bit, since I started this, I like to say artist and repertoire kind of career where I'm on the radio, getting to know people, getting to know upcoming artists, and sharing my platform with everybody. But it's always been evolving. We began as Your Highness Radio, which was a whole concept with, wanting the kings and the queens of the community to come through.
I love that.
Because there's plenty of them, you know what I mean? There's plenty of them. So, but then it evolved. There were some legalities that came through. And so now, we went from Maui Love Radio to Baywave Radio. And, who knows what will happen later on, but this is what it is right now, and I'm really happy to have you here.
Thank you. I'm really excited to be here. And I love getting to see your journey and your show evolve, so thank you.
Thank you. No, honestly, I think we ran into each other, like, late fall last year.
Yeah.
I think it was around that time. Yeah, it was over at Barrel Proof. Shout out Barrel Proof. Thank you for keeping the community going there.
Yeah, you were really supportive to me that night. I just remember, I was really doubting myself, and you just kept coming up to me, and you were like, oh my God, your music. and that was, the second time I ever performed. So, that really helped me on the journey. So thank you.
No, you're welcome. Honestly, thank you, because in that moment specifically, your music was really speaking to me, and it still does to this day. Literally the other night, I was texting you, I was like, girl, the minute you dropped, I listened to it, and I was like, I've heard it before too, but I think that just resonates with me right now more than the King Chaos.
Yeah, I've been waiting to drop that song for a long time now. So, yeah.
King Chaos has been waiting to be dropped.
Yeah, it has.
Oh my God. So many women, I'm sure, can relate to that song. And maybe men too, because the narcissists exist in both genders.
There's a lot of them.
And there is something really strong in that song that literally just moved my spirit. I was going through something really deep at the moment, and it's just King Chaos really just reminded me of the clarity of things.
Yeah.
A lot of times I think as women, we tend to create illusions in our head.
Right.
We tend to excuse bad behavior, excuse, people's, reasons to be or whatever. And a lot of times it's because we hope for something better,
Yeah, I mean, and for me, I had a problem with being in toxic relationships, and so when I finally thought oh yeah, this is the one, after he had showed me who he was, I still tried to disregard that. It took me a while to really and I didn't want to release the song until I was fully disattached from that situation. So because I just wanted to believe that he was the person I thought he was. You know what I mean? So.
And that's a part of, like, I think a lot of women, we tend to create something out of somebody because that's our wish, you know. We wish that but I think it's important to love ourselves before anything, you know. I think that's the lesson that I've been learning for the past month. It's like, you know, self-love really comes into play in a lot of different situations in life, you know. And from love life to other situations as well, you know. Yeah. Anyways, back to what we were talking about, self-love, you know. I really think that a lot of things start from there. And it's a journey. It's like an everyday journey.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah. It's definitely a journey. And there's ups and downs for me a lot. But, yeah, I mean, I definitely, like, wanted to wait on releasing that song because I wasn't sure. Like, I kept going back to him. And so I didn't want to release the song and then put out that message like, oh, you know, this is bad and do this, but here I am still with the narcissist, you know, still actively being abused. So I really wanted to wait till I had a full year away from him, and it's been a little over a year now.
Oh, that sounds so encouraging.
Yeah.
It's a cycle, you know, and it's one of those things that we as women, I think, struggle with a lot because we have the capability of loving unconditionally. You know what I mean? But I, you know, and I'm exactly in that situation maybe now, you know, and I'm like dealing with it at the same time as dealing with therapy.
Yeah.
And I tell myself, like, why am I still here? But I'm still dealing with my trauma. Like, I'm working on my trauma, but I'm also, like, dealing with this, you know? And it's, like, really difficult, you know? Because
I'm sure.
it's, like, the heart is very much involved, you know?
Yeah.
Definitely King Chaos came from an actual relationship experience.
Oh, yeah. And that story is crazy, and I'm not going to get into it, you know, too much, but it all happened, like, I found a guy online, and I was, like, going through a lot of stuff mentally and emotionally with my own traumas and addiction and stuff, and he basically became, like, my guide, or, like a figure that I could look up to in that moment, and then he used that as, like, leverage to control me, like, you know, like, I helped you get to where you're at, give me the credit, you know, and he only helped me so far, and I would keep doing the same thing and keep falling down because I kept thinking he was my savior, and then it wasn't until I realized, oh, I'm my own savior, you know, and then I got on my feet after I had left him, and then he basically came at me saying, like, the only reason why you're doing so good is because of me. Wow. And so, yeah, it was just very, very narcissistic. Yeah. There was a lot of other things involved. There was, like, physical, emotional, you know, abuse.
Abuse takes a lot of different forms.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. And I just wasn't, like, I had a hard time staying out of relationships. So it was always, like, toxic relationship to toxic relationship until finally I was like, oh, the reason why I keep doing this is to myself is because I don't believe that I deserve better, you know? So I had to do the right thing for myself and heal myself so that I could attract better. You know what I mean? So,
that hits. Yeah. I actually said something similar to my therapist today where it's like, you know, maybe once I actually believe that I deserve better, like, things will then manifest better.
Yeah, for sure.
You know? That's awesome. That's really awesome to hear. That's really beautiful. I mean, you know, people deal with codependency. It's normal, I think, to deal with that, but it really comes down to the self-reliance and, you know, like I love what you said, being your own savior.
Yeah,
that's beautiful. Well, I really love how in your music you definitely can feel, you know, why I really resonate with your music, I feel like, is because it really comes from your personal experiences.
Oh, yeah.
It's some real life, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I feel like with music, a lot of times people can fall into, like, you know, trying to be something or trying to be somebody, you know, type of thing. And I feel like your authenticity is really what shines through your music.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I love that.
Seriously. Thank you for your music. I think so many of us can resonate with it. And some of the things that I'd like to talk a little bit more about is motherhood. It's okay. Motherhood, you have the blessing of having a beautiful daughter, and I'd love to, maybe give that a little bit of space.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
I love her so much.
Oh.
Yeah. I had Luna at a really young age. I was 16 when I got pregnant, and then I had her when I just had turned 17, and I realized like I was not ready to be a mom, and the reasons like why I wanted a kid were not like pure, and I thought I was really in love with the father, and it was hard. Like it took a while for me to finally accept like being a mom, but like ever since I really got a hold of my addiction and got into recovery, like being a mom has been the biggest blessing ever, and I see myself so much in her, and like I get to give her the life that I always wanted,
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, that's beautiful.
That's so special to me. So, yeah.
And I bet it keeps you going, and it's a main source of motivation.
Oh, yeah. The reason why, like, I chose to get clean was for her initially. And they say, like, you have to do it for yourself. And yes, I am doing it for myself.
Yeah.
But if I didn't have her, I don't know where I'd be right now,
Yeah, I think kids have a beautiful way of anchoring us down.
Yeah.
Like really reminding us where home is.
Yeah.
And I say that because I'm also a mom.
Yeah.
Shout out Achilles. He's already 12 years old, girl, and it happens so quickly.
No, I'm not ready.
He keeps telling me, Mom, I'm going to be in high school next year. And I'm like, wait, what? No. Like, he's like, yeah, like next fall, And I'm just like, hold on. Like, can you stop it? Yeah, wow. So how old is she?
She just turned 5 on March 14th. It's crazy, like, saying I have a 5-year-old. Like, I don't know why the number 5 is so much bigger than the number 4 to me. But, yeah, she's...
Well, it's a quarter of a decade, so yeah. It is pretty major, and I think such a beautiful time.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy that she has you at your best, really. I really feel like you're doing so amazing. I want to congratulate you on the leaps that you've been taking.
Thank you.
It's up to you to talk about those or not, but, making the choices that you've been making in your career, I think have been very brave.
Yeah.
It's taken a lot of courage and just truly believing in yourself, And I think it's definitely easy to believe in yourself when you got everybody telling you how amazing you are.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. People would tell me that, right? Like for a long time, and actually it didn't matter. It wasn't until I had to see it. Like no matter how many times someone told me like I was beautiful or that I was, talented, like I could not see it for the life of me.
So when did that change?
I had to start telling myself it, even though I didn't believe it was true. And I think over time, like people, I think it's called like method acting. You start becoming the version of yourself that you wish to be before you even believe it, So like, and I would put Post-its on my mirror, like, and tell myself I'm beautiful. And it wasn't until literally like a month ago that I started like accepting that and seeing it. And then it's really like a huge weight lifted off of me, because I'm able to just like go out without feeling afraid, So.
Yeah, a lot of your music, I mean, I've heard it in a few different songs, that trauma is a part of your life.
Yeah.
And so what would you say has helped you overcome that trauma? How do you find resilience through everything that you go through?
Honestly, like, it was like seeing, so like, I imagined like a tunnel, right? And I would see the light at the end of the tunnel, but it was such a fucking long tunnel. And I knew that the only way that I was gonna get to that was if I just kept going forward, and sometimes the tunnel grew longer, it felt like, but it was just, I just have to keep going. Like, it doesn't matter. I know, because I feel it. I feel within me that there is light. And there was times also when I couldn't see the light at the end of the tunnel, and I had to go off faith. And that's what I do every day is I live by faith, that feeling within me that knows that there is greater, that knows that, you know, there's a bright future for me and this path that I'm on and like the things that I'm gonna do in my life, I can feel that, you know?
Yeah, so. I love that. And I think that it comes really down to you. Yeah. You know, because at the end of the day, I really believe that we are the creators of our destiny.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so it's like an everyday choice, you know, to love yourself, to lift yourself up, to take care of yourself, right? You know, and also the choice to make the opposite decisions too. Yeah. You know, so the path is yours to take, and I think you're taking an amazing path.
Thank you.
I'm really excited for what's to come, you know, and I'm here always to support you through your journey. I literally feel like, I know your journey started a long time ago before, you know, actually meeting you at Barrel Proof Lounge, but, you know, it almost feels like that was a new chapter.
Oh, yeah. No, like, I mean, I've been on this journey to the light, you know, and like in recovery and stuff, but I didn't really step into my like power until last year. And so you did meet me right when I stepped into it. So
yeah, I remember you talking about walking into Barrel Proof because you heard music.
Yeah, I did.
I love that. And how music is sort of uniting us too, you know, because that's why I was at Barrel Proof that night too, you know, because that's where everybody was.
Right. Yeah, and I just want to say another thing about the trauma thing and like kind of how I overcame it was I used to like relive it all the time, like, and I was so used to like being in darkness and pain that it was comforting for me. So like I would go back in my mind to the events, and then I would sit there and like make myself feel it over and over. And then I realized like, okay, do I really want to get better? Like, do I really want like happiness for myself? And if I really want that, I'm gonna force myself to just move forward. Like, yes, I still think about things, I still have flashbacks, but I don't hold on to it as much, you know? I'm like, okay, I'm allowed to feel this, and now I'm gonna move forward.
Yes.
So, yeah, I just wanted to say that.
I love that. It's a decision to make, exactly. And, you know, I think that it's important to have that awareness. Yeah. You know? That's wonderful. Well, I really think that there's going to be brighter days from here on out. I think, you know, you mentioned certain things that are going to be happening for you this year. So, you know, there's going to be some good days ahead of you, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have any upcoming shows, any kind of fun things or plans for this next year?
I actually do have a show on May 11th. I'm going to be headlining it. I'm not sure yet where the location is, but I will be updating my Instagram with that information. And this show is like, it's going to be really special to me because May 11th is Mother's Day, and it's also the day that my mom passed away 2 years ago. So this show, it means a lot to me. So I'm going to have 3 other really special artists performing too.
That's really amazing. Rest in peace, your mom.
Thank you.
I'm sure she's so proud of you.
She's
beyond proud of you.
Yeah.
Girl, you've been. I know. Oh my goodness. No, you've been dropping a lot. Oh, okay. So that album. EP. That's an EP.
That's a 4-song EP.
What's the name of that EP?
The Struggle.
The Struggle. Okay, cool. Cool. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 singles.
Yeah.
Let's go. Okay.
With King Girls. And Sunrise.
Yeah, I love Sunrise.
Dude, Sunrise is underrated.
It is so underrated. I love it. I was listening to it and I was like, ooh, this is like my get up song because it's like so positive.
So good. I love it.
Yeah. I love the cover for it.
It's supposed to be Luna. My daughter, yeah.
Oh, so cute. I love it. It's got this like, I feel like some kind of warrior kind of like vibe to it. Yeah.
I love that you said that because I just made a song yesterday called Warrior. Are you serious?
Yeah. So like,
yeah.
You can always find me at blah, blah. You can find me on Instagram as Maui Love, MAUIL0VE. and on YouTube as well as Maui Love. And I want to give Naveah a shout out for being here with me, of course.
Yeah, I want to thank everybody that has been supporting me on this journey, and all of the new people that came in recently supporting me and my music. Thank you guys for everything. It means the world to me.
Of course, Lisa Julieta, shout out for being the
Lisa.
woman behind the camera. And yeah, the rest of the team, man. Days Margarita, we love you. He's like, no, Mom, wait, hold on. I changed my mind, but he's gonna get aggressive, so I don't think he should be always in the interview. But this is Boots. He is the love of my life. he doesn't like it, but
his name is Boots.
Yeah, that's his name. His name is Boots.
I love that.
Okay, Boots, can we put him away? Because he's just like being all aggressive. Jacket. He's just like, touch me. Loving it over there. But
Purring all loud.
Yeah. I bet the camera's gonna listen to all that too, because it's like your mic.